Hello, my name is Olivia Hernandez, and for my multimodal presentation, I will discuss my research project titled Revealing the Patriarchal Spell, a look into the witch archetype and the reconstruction of the female image in the film The Love Witch. After watching the 2016 film The Love Witch, I became interested in uncovering the reason for its unique choice in depicting the main female protagonist as a witch that strays from its conventional stereotypes. For this reason, I researched the origins of the witch and its representations in popular culture. As a result, I've concluded that the film The Love Witch showcases the ideals of feminism and reconstructs the female image through its character portrayal of the main protagonist as a witch and believer of the occult, presenting the figure of the witch as a symbol for unconventional female empowerment and resistance against the patriarchal system. Although the witch is not traditionally seen as a figure for female empowerment throughout history, during the 17th century, several women were able to obtain power by self-identifying as a witch, therefore allowing themselves to voice their concerns as they entered the courtroom. By entering a traditionally male-dominated space, these women subverted the traditional gender hierarchies of the time. As a result, several women who chose not to conform to traditional societal standards, such as the rejection of marriage and childbearing, found a sense of power within the communities as they embraced the label as a witch. These women used their knowledge from domestic household and folklore myths to assert their power of witchcraft and develop spells as protection from male authorities. In an effort to reduce the association of the witch as the source for women to obtain power, religious authorities promoted misogynistic stereotypes of witches. For example, in engravings such as the one seen on the left, witches were frequently depicted in a provocative and sexualized manner, in an effort to garner disapproval from the public. Additionally, artwork also reinforced the association between older women and witches in order to emphasize their body as disturbing and a reminder of death, a tactic that aroused anxieties and fear from the general public. By perpetrating these stereotypes, the witch became exploited and seen as a grotesque figure, ultimately reducing the witch as someone who should be feared and avoided. Jumping to the 20th century, the representation of the witch continued to draw on the earlier stereotypes of the early modern era, allowing the witch to take its role as the classic antagonist. In films such as the iconic Wizard of Oz, the Wicked Witch of the West is vilified through her green complexion and exaggerated features, as well as her characterization as a power-hungry woman. Additionally, subgenres such as folk horror of the 60s drew directly on the stereotypes of the over-sexualized female witch as a way to garner fear stemming from the patriarchal anxieties of the naked woman. Serving as one of the most notable elements of the film, The Love Witch's visual allusion to the films from the horror genre of the 60s and early 70s is amplified through its use of Technicolor aesthetic, evoking a strong sense of film nostalgia. Through the use of vibrant color and makeup, the main protagonist, Elaine, is characterized as a rebel for her time, echoing the similar sentiments from the women's movement of the 60s and 70s. Additionally, the film's visual tribute to the 60s reminds the audience of the witchcraft revival during that time, in which neo-paganism saw a sharp increase. This provides a context for Elaine's characterization as a witch and sets up the film's background. While the film employs the classic femme fatale trope in its portrayal of Elaine as a witch, it avoids the trope's unfortunate association to the male gaze and overall objectification of the female body. Instead, The Love Witch differs in its approach to the trope by emphasizing the narcissistic female gaze, in which Elaine has the power of what the audience sees and how they portray her sexual nature. This is visually achieved through the film's frequent shots of Elaine's eyes, which remind the audience that she is in control of her femininity. Lastly, the link between women and witches is established through the film's reenactment of a witch hunt, in which Elaine is attacked for her empowered character and identification as a witch. This scene serves as a social critique of the similar ways powerful women are torn down in a patriarchal society, as both women and witches have historically had the ability to threaten the gender hierarchy in a patriarchal system.